Elvis Presley and his vehicles. Part 2. Purchasing a car. Driving to shows and festivals. When Elvis, Scotty Moore and Bill Black started out touring, they needed transportation. However, for the first 20 shows during July to mid-October 1954, all but one show were in Memphis. For those events they took whatever car they got their hands on. On October 16 they had their first show at the Louisiana Hayride in Shreveport, Louisiana. During the rest of 1954 they had 20 shows in Louisiana, Texas, and Arkansas. For those shows they used Scotty Moore's wife's car, a 1953 Chevrolet Bel Air. Shreveport, Louisiana was a 347-mile trip one-way, Houston, Texas 567 miles, Texarkana, Arkansas 277 miles, Gladewater and Hawkins, Texas about 270 miles. So they really put some serious miles behind the wheel of that 1953 Chevy, about 12,000 miles in 2 months. Purchasing a car. The 1st of January 1955, Bob Neal stepped in as a manager and drummer DJ Fontana joined the band. They continued touring a lot in 1955, so Bobby wanted the 1953 Chevy back. They desperately needed another car. Elvis owned a 1942 Lincoln at the time, but it was not suitable for the job. However, Elvis now had some money to spend on a new set of wheels. He wanted something big and luxurious, so he found another Lincoln. This was the first car Elvis bought for himself for his own money. The car Elvis ended up purchasing was a 1951 Lincoln Cosmopolitan sports sedan, just like the one in the photo. The 1951 Lincoln Cosmopolitan was the company's top-of-the-line series. It was equipped with a 337 cubic inch, or 5.5-liter, V8 engine, producing 154 horsepower and either a 3-speed manual or a 4-speed automatic transmission. The 1951 Cosmopolitan sports sedan had suicide rear doors which opened from the B-pillar. In 1951, power windows and power steering was standard on all Lincolns. Elvis 1951 Lincoln Cosmopolitan. Elvis purchased the 1951 Lincoln Cosmopolitan sports sedan most likely on December 30, 1954. The car was slightly used with only 10,000 miles on it. The color was Bristol buff, a kind of tan shade. Elvis and the guys put a roof rack on top for carrying the bass. They also painted Elvis Presley, Sun Records on the sides. They drove the Lincoln January, February and a bit of March 1955 non-stop through Texas, Mississippi, Arkansas, Alabama, Missouri, Louisiana, Tennessee, New Mexico, and Ohio. In early March they had put an additional 20,000 miles on it. Around March 5, 1955, they were on tour somewhere in Arkansas. Bill Black was driving the Lincoln and suddenly a truck pulled out from a crossroad in front of him. He didn't have the time to stop and ran the car under the truck. Fortunately no one got injured, but the Lincoln got totaled. Due to that incident, Elvis had to go car shopping again after owning that Lincoln for only 3 months. Unfortunately there are no known photos of Elvis and his 1951 Lincoln Cosmopolitan.